Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the new Guendouzi card to review, which, to be fair to you guys, is actually in a very good price range area. With a card like this, depending on the types of cards that they could be releasing in the future, it could be a similar situation where he may go up in price because obviously with him being from the League One, giving you those French links, being a medium-high work rated card, there are not that many options to work with, right? So with Guendouzi being added into the game, they now give you a different option to work with that offers you fantastic chemistry links, right? With Guendouzi in game, he's a 6'1" player, medium high work rated, right-footed, 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. The 4-star skills, it can be helpful to work with from time to time, obviously, but with him being mainly an actual CDM, you're not going to really use the skill moves that often, right? Like, don't get me wrong, some people could, maybe use them as a center mid in their team potentially, but it is a card that you are mainly going to be using in the CDM position as a lone CDM or in a CDM position where he's playing in the right center defensive position on stay back while attacking. This card is 80 plus for every single stat, which is fantastic because if you take a look at his in-game stuff, he actually has some shooting capabilities, which is fantastic. So obviously with the outside foot shots, you could potentially hit those in game. But again, with these types of cards, you are going to mainly defend with them anyways, right? With Guendouzi, once you give him the shadow chemistry style, he's going to be set up like this, right? So he is going to be a controlled player. Honestly, if he was on a lengthy would have been very helpful for him, but when you're on stay back, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, controlled is actually perfectly fine for how this card is formatted. He's going to have 88 acceleration with 89 for sprint speed. If we do get into shooting opportunities, obviously we'll take them, but like I said, I think it's mainly going to be defensive stuff when you're using these cards in that CDM position. Shooting on the card, also going to be in a fantastic area. If you do get into a good position, let's just say for instance you are playing this card in the CDM position in a 4-2-3-1 wide, the recent tactic that I showed you guys, in that tactic you're actually using balanced instructions for your CDM, so this card could actually potentially attack for you and do a decent job. Now obviously with him in game, he is 6'1" with a high and average plus body type, so do you really want to be able to commit this card that often on the attack? It's gonna be down to personal preference, right? Because that dribbling could be tough to work with from time to time, right? But yeah, shooting is definitely in a good area, passing also in a fantastic area, which is a huge plus for this card. Dribbling, to be fair, as an actual medium high work rated CDM, the dribbling stats is in a good area too. Agility is there. Balance is probably gonna be the thing that you notice the most, but who cares because he's a midfielder that's gonna defend for you all the time. He's a card that is medium high with a high and average plus body type. So again, very ideal to work with in that CDM position. He's a versatile position change as a CDM, as a center mid as well, which is great. Defensive stats. So he has 86 defensive awareness at a medium high work rate. So obviously medium high is always the go-to. And then for physical capabilities, he actually has a few in that area as well. So like I said, we will be using the 4-2-3-1 formation for the most part, keeping him on stay back while attacking. If we get into good scoring opportunities, then we'll obviously utilize that a little bit. But like I said, with my CDMs that are medium high, I don't often shoot with them unless it's like a super obvious outside foot shot. In that case, like, it's pretty random to be like, oh my goodness, his shooting is so crazy, because outside foot shots effective for most players, right? So but yeah, we'll see how he defends in game. Hopefully he is a beast. Oh, he's already doing the stuff right now. Hey Guendouzi, take it easy, my boy. Well done. It's a good pass by Guendouzi there. Nicely done. Good challenge. Good interception. Good challenge. Just dancing on him with Correa. Just dancing on him. Ah, I almost got that challenge there too. Kamavinga. Nice, goes in with the weak foot there. Nice chip. Good stuff, good stuff. See, that was my fault there. I'm gonna tell you why. It's not. That wasn't Guendouzi. It's because I didn't do the clearance one. I did the pass one. This game is horrible. I'm telling you this right now. This game is horrible. This game is actually horrible to play. Why are you not rewarding me with knowing exactly where he's gonna pass the ball there? Even he was confused that he got the ball. Nah, this game's actually a joke, man. This game's a joke. Oh, I try to get the slide challenge there. This guy's using the pressure tactics now, so you know how that goes in this game. Nice Guendouzi. Switch to the bottom here. Nice. Good pass, Koundé. Whoa. What is this game, man? Seriously, what is this game? Oh, I was about to say, I can imagine myself not scoring that. I could imagine, I'm not gonna lie. But that was a good goal. Oh. I almost scored with Guendouzi, what? Oh, good challenge. No! Ah. I was kind of thinking maybe I should have passed that, but it worked out for us in the end. Oh, he gets the ball in the air. It's important. You guys know how Correa be. You know how Correa be. Nice, Guendouzi. Would have been nice if I got to that EA. You know, manual defending. Oh, I wish I got to that. Oh. Nice weighted pass. And I scored it. Let's go. Frank Ribéry. Beauty. Okay, guys. So final verdict on the new Guendouzi card. So it's like I mentioned earlier, the price range of this card right now at 111k is fantastic for what this card offers your team. So before we even get into him right now, right, let's just show you guys what you have to work with in general, right, for, let's just say, for instance, the League One, right? So if we were to go to League One and go into the CDM position, right, you have a few options when it comes to like swap cards, right? So obviously you have the Danilo Pereira card that if you were to unlock that, I mean, you use him in the CDM position, cool beans, right? But he's PSG, Portuguese links, depends on what you're actually doing in your club. Guendouzi is French, plays for Marseille, and gives you League One links. You can clearly see that there's no options to work with here unless you go with a Seko Fofana card, which, to be fair, guys, is actually very, very good. I've tried this card out in the center back position as well as a CDM position, and he's great. But guess what? He's not a medium-high work-rated card. Sissoko is actually pretty good as well. If you wanted to go for that French link, League One link as well, 65k for him is not bad. So that's why Guendouzi is like around 112k. But generally speaking, guys, he is genuinely very, very solid to work with, right? Now, in the CDM position, again, your main thing with these cards is to defend as much as possible. And when it came down to like defensive animations, for defending, I felt like he was perfectly fine. Now, with the pace of the card, there's moments where, like I was mentioning earlier, if it was lengthy for those long distance runs, it would have been very helpful to have. But on stay back while attacking with a shadow chemistry style, you don't mind it whatsoever. There's actually a point in time where I would actually use him in the center back position. And for me personally, because I play a little bit more aggressive in the defense, because I actually want to feel like I'm playing the game, it wasn't super ideal to use a card like this. Like Koundé was actually the guy that bailed me out a lot of the times, because when I switched him to an anchor, those long distance runs, that's where he was able to kind of, you know, help me out quite a bit. So with Guendouzi, I was like, okay, right away I have to put him into the CDM position, stay back while attacking. And for the options that you have to work with, this is a great option to get, because his passing came off great. I really, really enjoyed his passing. Like, that was a really big thing for me, especially for a CDM. I didn't get into too many goal scoring opportunities because I like to build up the play normally and score normal goals. The only way that I'll be able to score with him is, you know how I have the stay back while attacking for the right center defensive mid? I would just get into like an outside foot shot angle and then hit that. But that's pretty much all you would do. And it's, you know, it's pretty effective in this game. It's either you scored or you don't with these types of cards on a green, right? So again, the main thing to test out was defensive stuff. I was playing the game normally with the other cards too, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to shoot with the card. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't really present itself, because again, when I'm defending, you can see that when I lose possession of the ball, he would get into good positions to get the ball back, right? So definitely a very, very good option to work with from now until the future. If you're still using that Sissoko card, this card is actually pretty good as well. Like, I really enjoyed using him. And with promo cards, you guys notice they actually get significantly cheaper as time goes by. But guess what? This card has nowhere near the shooting capabilities, the passing capabilities. Dribbling is significantly improved in regards to a +3. But in game, Guendouzi is still going to feel better than him, right? Because Sissoko is a player that has his own unique body type, 6'2" height, all that kind of stuff, right? But the new Guendouzi is definitely going to make a lot of sense. What's the difference between the two? One is a shadow on a lengthy, and the other one's a shadow on a controlled. So it just depends on what you're looking for, right? But this choice right here would not be horrible. With this promo, after the promo's done, honestly, I could see them going down a little bit. But like I said, he was a great choice to work with. I enjoyed using him in the CDM position. Didn't feel like a nuisance to use whatsoever. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'll catch you guys from the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.